Hi guys, just a quick announcement before the start of the video on Lahore. I just wanted to mention the fact that I started a Patreon page for those of you who may want to support the channel and help it grow and do new projects in the future that at the moment I cannot just do by myself. I'm just gonna leave a link in the description so you can just have a look. Any help really would be super helpful and super welcome. And I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So don't hesitate to have a look if that may be of interest. And now I'll leave you to the video.
I've been dreaming of visiting Pakistan for a long time. And in April 2023, I decided to book a ticket to go there and discover this great country. It was my first time going to South Asia. And to be honest, I was not so sure of my choice, as Pakistan did not have the best reputation. The flight I had booked had a long layover in Riyadh, where I had to stay for more than 10 hours. Eventually, I booked the plane and we arrived to Lahore Airport. But things did not go as planned. I arrived very late, around 4 a.m. local time. And as I passed through custom, I received quite a surprise.
The visa part was not as long as I thought it would be, but what took so long, and that is incredibly annoying, is that my check-in luggage had not yet arrived. So they said it should arrive tomorrow, but that means that for the time being, I've literally one set of clothes, as well as, no toothbrush, nothing.
The airport staff assured me that they would find my bag and have it delivered to me later. But that meant I had to come back to the airport another time, which wasn't great. I had booked a hotel near the airport for the first night because I knew I would be arriving quite late. But after hiring a tuk-tuk to go there, I had another surprise that was awaiting me.
We arrived at this hotel I'd booked for the night, and unfortunately, the guy said it was cancelled. In any case, the place looked a bit sketchy. It did not smell very good. And we went looking for another hotel. The driver knew one, but unfortunately, they were full.
By the time we tried the last hotel, it was already 6 a.m. and I hadn't slept a wink. So I made a quick decision. I asked my tuk-tuk driver to drop me off in the city center. I thought, why not make the most of the situation and explore the old city of Lahore while waiting for my check-in time at the next hotel. The streets were just starting to come alive as the sun was rising. The energy, the colors, the people going about the daily routine, it was an entirely new world for me. I kicked off my day with a delicious naan, freshly baked at a local shop, which served as my breakfast fuel for the adventures ahead. As I began strolling through the streets of Lahore, I was very surprised by what I was discovering. I had come to Lahore expecting Maharaja palaces, old mosques and neighborhoods. Instead, I found a place filled with a unique blend of small shops, remnants of the colonial era, and surprisingly few older historic buildings. The traffic here was a chaotic symphony of tuk-tuks, cars, trucks, and even donkeys, all sharing the same road. Navigating the streets felt like a special exercise in itself, dodging the lively mix of vehicles. Despite this cultural shock, I quickly came to enjoy the vibe of the city, which was so different from anything I knew, and I enjoyed discovering it. While exploring, I struck up conversations with many locals to ask for their recommendations on what to visit nearby. The people I met were all very friendly and welcoming. The sight of a foreign tourist was quite rare for them, and they were excited to practice their English and chat with me. They mentioned that there was a very famous place not too far away from where I was, called Shalimar Gardens, which had been inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Intrigued by it, I decided to go have a look. It took a good half an hour, and the help of several people, but I eventually found the way to the gardens, just before its official opening time.
just before the opening, people kind of do their sport, their fitness exercises in Shalimar Garden. I took part in some kind of self-defense class that a former army person was giving, and people were super nice. They asked me if I wanted to come with them to have breakfast. I didn't go in the end, but so helpful.
While waiting for the gardens to open, I took the time to take some pictures of the people I saw, including some portraits I really liked.
And then, at long last, I entered Shalimar Gardens. As soon as I entered through the magnificent gate, I was transported to a different era.
The Shalimar Gardens are one of the best examples of the Mughal architecture. The Mughal Empire, whose founders originated from Central Asia, is the last great empire that ruled over the Indian subcontinent before British colonization. Their art includes a lot of geometry and ornamentations. It is a unique amalgamation of Indian, Turkish, and Persian influences. The Shalimar Gardens were laid out as a Persian paradise garden, intended to create a representation of an earthly utopia in which humans coexist in perfect harmony with all elements of nature. The gardens were completed in 1642, during the reign of Emperor Shah Jahan, who is well known for building the famous Taj Mahal, now in India. Unfortunately, the fall of the Mughal Empire, wars and neglect were hard on the gardens, that were damaged several times during their history. In 1981, the Shalimar Gardens were inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as they embody Mughal garden design at the peak of its development. The gardens appeared to me as a peaceful enclave in the buzzing city of Lahore, full of fountains and trees. It had a very nice atmosphere and was beautiful to hold. While I was visiting the gardens, I encountered a group of teenagers who were very excited to talk with me, and a young boy who really insisted for me to take a picture of him. They were very nice, and I really enjoyed the interaction. After the visit to the gardens, I decided to head for my hotel. It wasn't easy to find it without access to the internet, but several people helped me out, checking online for me, as well as a wonderful tuk-tuk driver who went the extra mile to make sure I found the hotel, as well as a place to buy a local SIM card. But at long last, I reached my hotel and my room for the next few days, and I was very pleased with what I had booked.
Eventually, I managed to find my hotel. It was not without difficulties, as I had no Wi-Fi. I thought I could find a cafe or something that had Wi-Fi to see where my place was. But it took the combined effort of several people that were very helpful, as well as my tuk-tuk driver, to find it. But at long last, I've arrived at my hotel. That is pretty nice. So I'm relatively happy so far. Definitely, Pakistan is not what I expected. I mean, it is and it isn't. So it's as frantic as I thought it would be. You see things that are crazy, like whole families on scooters, on motorcycles, donkey riders in the middle of a highway. It's kind of crazy, but it's good crazy. It's good to see things are different in other parts of the world. And the other thing I realized is life here is so cheap for European. I ate in the street, some street food, and it literally cost me 30 cents. So it's really, really cheap. And also I managed to get a Pakistani SIM card. So now I have data, which is so helpful, because now I can just use Uber, which is very cheap. A ride costs around €1, so it's very cheap, and that's so much easier to navigate the city because it's huge. So yeah, I'm using Uber mostly, and that changed my life completely. But overall, what I loved here is people are so nice, so generous and helpful. They help you without you asking. They don't ask anything in return. And it definitely has a special vibe. But you can also tell that it is a poor country, so lots of things are a bit neglected. You have lots of trash on the ground. So it depends really what you're looking for here. Some people may love it, some people may hate it, but overall it won't leave anyone indifferent, for sure.
As I was getting ready to leave my hotel to go buy some clothes and first necessity items while waiting for my luggage to arrive, I was the spectator of the most unlikely and, if I have to be honest, quite scary thing I had ever seen. A huge crowd of people started to get all over the road in front of my hotel, shouting slogans. At first I was a bit worried, and I asked people in the hotel about it. A very nice man working as a painter explained to me that it was a gathering of Imran Khan's supporters, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan. They were going with him to the Court of Justice, where he was supposed to defend himself regarding corruption allegations. I stayed inside the hotel until after the crowd was gone, just to be safe, and then took a Uber to Liberty Market, a place I had read about online that was recommended to buy clothes by several websites. The market was nice but pricey. However, I managed to find some nice clothes, including Pakistani kurtas, the traditional outfit worn by men and that I had seen most people wearing in the street. I found the design very nice and super comfortable. Once done with shopping, I decided to find a nice restaurant to finish the day. I had to buy some vapes before that, and stopped at a shop whose manager was a very nice young man. We got along well, and after talking a bit, he eventually offered to show me around the old city center and eat together at a restaurant he recommended. I accepted and jumped on the back of his motorbike. After around 30 minutes through the crazy traffic of Lahore, we reached the Fort Road Food Street. This gated street is located next to Bachahi Mosque and Lahore Fort, two of the most famous landmarks in Lahore. The street looks like an authentic Mughal-era place, but it was actually reconstructed and opened in 2012 as a tourist attraction. This food street is renowned for serving traditional Lahori dishes. You can also find some shops and sellers showing off exotic animals for pictures, as well as selling handcrafted objects. After taking a look at the attractions, we headed to Haveli, a famous restaurant in Lahore built like a Mughal palace. The view from the terrace was truly breathtaking, and the food, God, it was delicious. My guide ordered a diversity of dishes for me to try the local cuisine, and it was the best curries I've ever had. We had a great evening, talking about Lahore, Pakistan, as well as talking about our lives. After a while, he drove me back to my hotel, where I went to bed because I was so tired. By that time, I had been up for more than 24 hours. Reflecting on my first day in Lahore, I'm truly amazed by the warmth and friendliness of the people I've encountered. Despite the bustling chaos of the city's streets, the locals have been incredibly welcoming and hospitable, making me feel right at home. Today was an absolute whirlwind of experiences, from navigating the lively traffic to discovering the city's rich architectural tapestry. It has been a day filled with surprises and unforgettable moments that have left me even more eager to explore the rest of Lahore in the days to come. If you enjoyed this vlog and want to see more of my adventures in Lahore and Pakistan, please remember to subscribe, like and comment below with your thoughts and suggestions. Your support means the world to me, and it keeps this channel going. In any case, stay tuned for more videos on Lahore, and I see you in the next one. Tschüss!